Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look at listening to or using real-time updates, which are called snapshot listeners. Basically what you are telling Firebase Firestore is that I'd like the program is liking to receive a real-time updates whenever a document changes, right? Or a document inside the collection changes. It all depends on the reference that you provide, all right? Okay. So let's go back to the app that we had. We had one collection that has called notes, and it has documents in it, and each document just indicates who created it, who was it created by, the user ID, document ID, and messages, right? And basically the app that we are just using for demo purposes, what it does is that it basically we have a method called get notes, and it goes in and gets the notes, and it filters to figure out only the notes that were created by a specific user, and it displays them in a text view, in a table view, right? As indicated here in the app, you could see that it's displaying the messages that we see here. Okay. So now I would like to explore this idea of real-time updates, but before I do that, I will go ahead and create one other note. So I go in, I'll create a note. Let's say, for example, I'll say call it the test note, and I click on submit. So I don't see the test note here, but if I go back here and click here, you see this is the test note is created. But I don't see it in the app because the app is not reloading. We are only getting. See here, you're getting the documents. This is is a method code that makes an API call to Firebase and retrieves the documents only once, and we're calling that when the view loads, right? Now, to demonstrate the idea of the snapshot listener, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the code from here, let's say, and what I'm going to do is instead of this, I'll create a function. Let's say I'll copy the function and call it setup snapshot listener, all right? So I'll call it setup snapshot listeners, setup snapshot listeners, okay? Listeners, all right? And basically, the code looks very similar. You need to specify where you want to listen, what query you have. So basically, you have something very similar to this. Here it is. This is where we want to listen to, and then you do add snapshot listener. You see that? And then you specify a listener. It also has a snapshot and and then error, right? So error. And basically, this means that I can just copy the code that I had here, right? And I can paste it here. And basically what's going to happen is that I am going to set up a snapshot listener, right? Forget about this method, I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to get any data, but I'm going to set up a snapshot listener. So this snapshot listener is going to get triggered if a document is added or any changes happen to any of the documents in the collection. All right, so I'm setting up the snapshot listener. Let's run this now, and let's see if it behaves differently. Here it is. Okay, so it still retrieved the data, right? Now I go back, create another note. Let's say, for example, hello world or something. Hello world. There's that. I click on submit, and it does display. Why? Because whenever you are editing or adding a new document, it triggers here. So that's why I don't have to go in and ask for the data again. Now let me show something else also. So let's say I want to move this a little bit. I want to move this guy here, all right? Now let's say for the hello world, or let's say the test note, I want to edit it, and I'm going to edit it. So I want your eyes on this side. Look at test note. I'm going to say this is testing, right? And I click on enter. And you see what happens in the app. It triggers the snapshot listener, and the snapshot listener, what it is doing is that it's parsing the data, it's clearing the list of notes, parsing the data, reloading the table. All right. So now similarly with date and time, any of the parameters, it doesn't have to be only one of the text parameters. So let's say, for example, we make this April 1st. We make it at April 1st and update, and you see here that now it's April 1st. Whatever, so you can change any of the attributes. Also, if you delete one of them, let's say I go in and I go to this document and I delete the document, all right? So this is the document which says this is testing, right? Delete the document, and it disappears from this side also. Why? Because of the snapshot listener. And you see also the snapshot listener when you type in something and you click submit, it gets triggered. So what we demonstrated here is the ability to do real-time updates. So basically you are able to get real-time updates by using a snapshot listener. And this is how we do it. Instead of get documents, we just do add snapshot listener and we're good to go. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.